The bike industry have tried to capture the imagination of young riders by releasing powerful and sporty bikes like the Bajaj Pulsar, the Hero Honda Charisma or even the Yamaha FZ. But superbikes like the Suzuki Hayabusa, Honda CBR or the Kawasaki Ninja are still what the young people desire. But the power band and the stylish looks come with a heavy price tag.
It's a dream actually to have a Harley Davidson, and one can't afford a Harley Davidson at the prices which it comes at. So the best thing is, I think, Bullet is the one which can be modified closer and closest to the Harley Davidson. So the drive is because of a Harley Davidson bike which you cannot possess. At least you modify and feel satisfied that you are having one which closely resembles that.
Modification means it depends upon the owner's interest. So somebody likes to go with chroming, then somebody goes to painting, somebody comes to craft work, then modified petals, everything. It depends upon the owner, the level of interest, what they take.
Bike modifiers like Javed, who has his garage at Shivajinagar, modifies bikes as per the expectations of the youngsters.
So what kind of modifications do you do?
Any type of modification do you want. Mostly I am famous in the choppers. Everything was totally chopper. If you want some super bikes, I will make that kind of bikes also.
Modification, it's another version of Harley Davidson choppers. We usually inspired by that model. In Bangalore, no one does that. So very few. They call as chopper freaks.
But modifications of bikes are not limited to changing their looks only. Bike enthusiasts increase the power and performance of their machines too.
We can attach two engines together. It depends on the cost. It costs you around 1 lakh only for the engine.
You can take two of the Bullet engines and then make it a twin wing, like a Harley Davidson.
See, basically we have 10 to 15 bhp power in our bikes, and we try to shoot it up a little more so that, we like more power on our bikes. So there's an expansion chamber. This makes more power, and then we do other porting and carburetor work and all that.
और इसके लिए सिर्फ इनिशियल और मिड रेंज करना ज़रूरी है. लड़कों के लिए व्हीली करना है, थोड़ा इनिशियल टॉप पिकअप आना, इनिशियल पावर आना, उसके लिए हम लोग करके देते हैं.
There are numerous ways to increase the power of a bike. Krishna, a drag racer, shared his knowledge of bike modification.
No, the thing is like the normal engines are placed the usual way the company manufactures, but this has been turned the other side round and the complete mechanism has been changed. So the exhaust comes out over here and the carburetor intakes are over here for more power. These ports over here are basically for reducing the heatness in the engine, because the engine produces more of heat, and the weight reduction to make the engine lighter and make the bike run faster. The handlebars are basically a copy of a super bike, which is actually not made to run on the streets, but these are a little modified and done for the tracks. Basically everything is got a link in speed.
But what are the effects of these modifications? Are they safe? Are they legal?
हम लोग पावर बढ़ाने से पहले कस्टमर को वार्निंग करते हैं. मिशन लाइफ कम होएगा, माइलेज भी कम होएगा.
As far as manufacturers are concerned, definitely is not allowed. I will take this as a crime, where nobody can change the bikes or vehicles, because the manufacturer have some standard type of things. If you modify one part of that, other part may not compatible to that. So hence it's only people having a fancy for drag race or any racing and other activities like that. They only go for such things.
Bikers use the internet to discuss bikes and modifications. One of the most well-known sites is xbhp.com, where bikers even discuss the legality of modifications. According to Section 182A of the Motor Vehicles Act, whoever alters the construction of the vehicle without prior approval of the authority shall be punishable with a fine of Rs 1,000 for the first offence and with a fine of Rs 5,000 for any subsequent offences. In the light of this law, almost any modifications done on bikes are illegal.
As of now, particularly when we see the silencers, they modify the silencers, it is actually against the law. So sometimes when such violators are caught, they are fined around 100 rupees for modification of silencers.
See, as you have been using the terminology modification, modification is different when compared to alteration. See, the modifications are permitted on a vehicle if it were to be not exceeding the registered load and weight, fixed by registration certificate. Whereas these alterations, when you say, the central government would have prescribed certain standards of the components for the manufacture of a vehicle. If that were to be altered, then it becomes an alteration. Or any structural change of a vehicle amounts to an alteration.
No, before starting the modification, first I will do everything. So I will make the papers perfect and then I will start the modification.
But actually it is one aspect which the RTO officers must concentrate on, and then they are the ones they have to judge, because they are the people who are experts in vehicles. So they have to join hands with the police officers, and if the violators are caught, probably such modifications will not come in future.
But modifications of bikes are not limited to youngsters only. 71-year-old Michel came to Bangalore only to get an Enfield motorcycle for himself and then to modify it into a vintage bike.
Well, it took me a long time to make it so I could own the motorcycle. I had to leave the country and get a passport for a year and then register with the police. Otherwise, I wouldn't be allowed to own it.
But even Mr. Michel agrees that modifying bikes to increase their power is not meant for Bangalore.
It's too much for Bangalore. Bangalore doesn't need so much. It's for the open road. And I'm doing the bike for the open road.
See, the punishment will come into picture only if that person survives. The person doesn't survive. What they will do that? First of all, he is risking his life. So I don't understand why it is so. The safety is important, or the driving is important, or to show off their driving to others is important. So this type of culture should be totally abandoned.
हम लोग जो भी राइडर को करके देते हैं रेसिंग के लिए करके देते हैं, मगर हम लोग रेसिंग की वजह से करके भेजते हैं, वो लोग जाके राइडर लोग रोड पे किए तो हमारे को उससे कोई मतलब नहीं है, वो उनका प्रॉब्लम है, उनकी सोच है.
It depends upon the customer, no. I mean, in the party itself. For example, I have my own interest. I want to create something rather than the original. Or we see something in the cinema and we want to put that into our vehicle and just have fun. It's somewhat like a level of interest and fun. That's it.
Movies like Dhoom have fueled youngsters to modify their vehicles to imitate their screen heroes. And although there has been an increase in the number of people opting for it, there is a general lack of awareness regarding the laws related to bike modifications. This is Debanjan Nath for IHN.